We are back for game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. We got Boston and we got Miami. In this video, we're going to be talking about a couple player props that I like on Prizepicks.com. If you guys are new, my name is DK, and I cover content for Prizepicks, No House Advantage, and for DraftKings. I'll have a DFS video up after this, breaking down the showdown slate. And if you guys are looking for more in-depth content for DFS or more picks for Prizepicks, you can check out my Patreon linked down below. As far as the recap goes tonight, phenomenal night and was so close to 7-0 night. So we hit on a lot of the minutes played props. We took over on all of them. The only one that did not hit was Jamal Murray, who just had a really weird first half rotation. We hit on Jamal Murray points plus assists, and we hit on Anthony Davis over his 2.5 personal fouls. The two misses were Dennis Schroeder over points. Honestly, pretty tilted about that. We got it at 8.5. It got bumped all the way to 10.5 at some sports books. And he had so many open looks, and he was just like scared to shoot. Like, it wasn't like he was shooting bad either. He like shot like 2 of 4 or something. He just like wasn't shooting. That was really frustrating. And then the only other miss again was the Jamal Murray minutes played, which I think we got hooked by 1 minute. So those are the only 2 misses. So incredibly close to 7-0. And looking to keep that going into this game for Miami and Boston. Before we get into the 2 players, though, let's talk about the sponsor of the video. That would be No House Advantage. If you guys are not on No House Advantage, you can use the code DKDFS for a 100% match up to $100. And so basically how it works is there are 2 different ways you can play. You can play Pick'em style, where you're playing, building player props, playing against other people, or you can play versus the house, and they do have slightly different payout structures. If you guys want to give it a try, you can use the code DKDFS for 100% match up to $100. My recommendation would be take advantage of these codes. Like what I do, I'm on all the sports books. When I first got on all the sports books, I took advantage of all those codes. Like some of the sports books you can get up to like $1,000, but yeah, take advantage of it. I think you will like it, and again, the code will be linked in the description. Okay, so let's get into the 2 picks for today. The first one we're going to be looking to is going to be a field goals made prop. Well, actually, first I wanted to talk about the minutes played. If they do end up adding more players like they did, so they originally had 4 players for minutes played, and then they took 2 away. But if they add more to this, there's a lot of correlation, right? So if they add, like, I don't know, Bam and Jaylen Brown and, a lot of these other main guys, you can go like all overs or all unders, in a blowout, right? Very likely that all the guys will go under. And I talked about that a little bit in my Discord today when we took all the overs and the minutes played props. I said, all right, if you want to hedge your bet here, just take like the Nuggets and the points, or take alternate line and take Nuggets like, I don't know, -10 or -15, where you can get that heavy juice. So I'm going to keep a close eye on that to see if they do add more players to the minutes played section of Prizepicks, because there's definitely a lot of correlation. All right, but the first pick we're going to be looking to is going to be field goals made, which is over here. We're going to be looking at Kevin Love, and we're going to take less than 3 field goals made for Kevin Love. So let's take a look at Kevin Love so far in the postseason. And if you look at his 3-pointers attempted versus his total field goals attempted, almost every single shot that Kevin Love is taking in the playoffs is a 3-point shot, right? Like 1 of 1, 1 of 1, 0 of 7, 2 of 10 total, 2 of 5 from 3, 3 of 6 overall. Oh, like almost 2 of 8 from 3, 2 of 9 total, right? 5 of 11 from 3, 5 of 11 total, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 6 total. So you can go back to just to the beginning of the playoffs. Literally, almost every shot that he's taking is a 3-point shot. So let's look at how many times he's covered this number so far in the playoffs. So first game against Milwaukee, he covered it. Another game against Milwaukee, he covered it. That was it. He pushed here, and he pushed here. And then he's gone under this number quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Right? And if you take a look at his points prop, it's at 7 at Prizepicks, but actually 7.5 at sportsbooks. But the juice is heavily on the under at 7.5 points. Now, if almost every single shot that he is taking is a 3-point shot, right? And free throws don't count, right, for the field goals made, because if he makes free throws, so that doesn't count for that, okay? So the juice is heavily on the under at 7.5, and almost every single shot that he's taking is a 3-point shot. I would much rather take the under on his field goals made as opposed to his points prop, right? It just makes more sense. So we're going to take under or less than 3 field goals made for Kevin Love as pick number 1. I'm my only concern here. And also, I want to say the minutes have ticked down for Kevin Love. They ticked down the last 2 games of the series. He only played 16 minutes. He is definitely going to get cooked defensively by Boston. The only concern I have, though, is, and you might not think it's big, but it actually is, Cody Zeller is questionable. You're like, why do you care about Cody Zeller? Well, Cody Zeller's getting the backup 5 run. And if Cody Zeller's out, they probably just go to Kevin Love as the backup 5, and that would give him a minutes bump. So I will say this. I don't think his field goals made prop is going to get bumped. So if you want to wait for confirmation that Cody Zeller is in fact in, that's probably the safest way to go. Because Cody Zeller's out, I don't think they're going to go to like Omer, you're at 7 as the backup 5. Right? I think they'll probably just use Kevin Love as the backup 5, which would not be good for the under on his field goals made. Right. So I think the safe thing to do is actually wait confirmation that Cody Zeller is in fact playing, which I think Cody Zeller is, right? If it's just an illness, usually I think they play. He didn't practice on Monday, but again, Jamal Murray had that illness. He played. Like, if it's the playoffs, usually, and it's just an illness, players will play. So I think Cody Zeller will play, but if you want to wait for that confirmation, I think that is probably the safer way to go. And then pick number 2, we're going to be looking at Jason Tatum rebounds. A prop that I've been taking a good amount in the playoffs, and it's been winning me a good amount of money. Take a look at Odd Shopper, and you can look at Jason Tatum and his rebounds, 9.5. Juice is on the over on every single sportsbook, -122, -120, -130, -130, -120, -132. The juice is on the over on every single sportsbook. He is playing massive minutes. Also, if you guys are interested in Odd Shopper, you can use the link below for a free 7-day trial. Free 7-day trial. They have a ton of different tools. They have Prizepicks, parlay builders, No House Advantage parlay builders. You can shop all your best bets. So if you guys are interested in that, link is down below for a free. That is a free 7-day trial. But I think my only concern here with Jason Tatum rebounds is potential blowout, right? Boston are 8-point favorites. So there is a chance that they just blow Miami out of the water, right? I think that's definitely possible. So that is my only concern. But yeah, Boston, I mean, they've been running a really tight rotation. They only played 7 guys the last couple games of the series. I think they probably play 8. But you still, in a competitive game, should see at least 40 minutes from Jason Tatum, right? This was one game he got like massive foul trouble. But almost every single competitive game, especially later on, like in the Philly series, he's been playing over 40 minutes. And he's been consistently going over this number in the playoffs. So I like Jason Tatum more than 9.5 rebounds. Again, my only concern is potential blowout there for Tatum. Those are going to be the 2 picks for today, guys. We're going to take, or for tomorrow, I should say, Kevin Love, less than 3 field goals made. And we're going to go to Jason Tatum, more than 9.5 rebounds. Again, I think waiting for confirmation that Cody Zeller is in fact playing, probably safe. Because if Cody Zeller's out, I don't like the Kevin Love prop as much. Because I think Kevin Love would see more minutes in that scenario. All right, I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, if you do enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll have a DFS video up after this, and we'll see you all in the next one.